What is going on, you guys? ShadowX back with you for another Dokkan battle video. And part 2 of the 6th-year anniversary has officially begun over here on JP. So we're going to go ahead and jump into celebration info and see what they have presented to us. So starting out with things, we have, login, missions, regular stuff here. Make sure you guys are playing the game every day. They're literally just giving out so much free shit left and right. So make sure to take advantage of it all. Next thing we have is more stages being added to the Roshi event, where we can farm up his medals and get him to LR state. One thing I do want to point out real quick is that for his LR card name, full power is not in his LR Roshi name. So what that tells us is we can't run the TUR alongside him, and that's actually a bummer because it's inconsistent. It's the same exact example of like AGL Blue Kaioken Goku, where Kaioken is in the card art, but it's not in the name, right? So it is disappointing to see that. They need to make that change because it kind of screws up team building in that way, and it's just overall again like it's just not consistent, and that's really what I want to see improved on in Dokkan. So hopefully in the future they can learn from that mistake. They can amend these changes, but we'll have to see. The biggest thing is like units that do the Kamehameha on their super attack but don't have it in like their card art name. It's stupid because they don't end up being on like that respective category, right? Perfect example is Tech LR Gohan, right? If he was on the Kamehameha team, oh my god, with this UI Goku, that team is arguably a top 5 team still. I mean, it probably already is, but you could even argue like top 3 at best, right? But we're not really talking about that. We're talking about the celebration info. So let's go ahead and jump back into what we have here. So next thing we have here is the newest stages being added to the Representatives of Universe 7 story event here, where we can farm up the medals for the 2 new free-to-play characters. Obviously, the Tien and Roshi and the Krillin and 18. So you do definitely want to farm those medals and get them awoken. I also forgot to point out for Roshi, he is going to easy in part 3, so understand that. And we know that because of his leader skill. Obviously, it's the same exact leader skill that LR Zamasu Goku had last year, so it's 100% confirmed that he's getting easy A. And I do presume that, the 2 new free-to-play characters will also get an easy A in part 3. So we could potentially have like 3 easy areas for part 3, which would be really good, right? Because I do think the physical UI Goku that just, gets his awakening in this celebration also might easy A, because he needs one badly. So overall, I think a lot of easy areas are going to be coming sooner rather than later, as long as that's what I expect. So we'll see. But in terms of easy A's, we have UI Goku here getting his. I believe this drops in a couple hours, so definitely don't forget about him. This guy is insane. He is crazy. He is every word you have to describe him. He's everything and more. He's going to really help you out in a lot of difficult events in the game. More specifically, even like, the new God of Destruction event, which we'll talk about now. Real quick, but before we get to that, I do want to also point out that he is going to be weak to the rapid growth category. If you're not familiar, STR Kefla is the leader for that team, and they want you to specifically use like STR units, int units, and physical units. So what that tells me is that this easy A is not going to be difficult at all. At least it shouldn't be. At least it should just be a free 30 stones for everyone. So definitely don't forget about that and take advantage of him because he is so impressively good. It's insane how busted they made him. Alright, back to the point that I was making with how good he's going to be in God of Destruction event. We got new Gods of Destruction showing up this time. It's the next 4 universes, so if you're smart enough, you should be able to tell who's coming next. So don't forget about this event. If you can take it on, definitely do so. It is, I would consider, the hardest event in the game. However, the fact that they limit you to 3 attempts a day is just really stupid, and I just will never understand why they thought that was a good idea, who thought that was a good idea, when they thought to make that decision on it being a good idea. I want to know, because I will fly my ass down to Japan and have a personal word with whoever thought that was a good decision. I will never understand. But because I do think the event is fun, it has potential. I think most players like it. The difficulty is definitely there. It's what we asked for, and nobody asked for it to be limited to 3 attempts a day. Like, that's just stupid in my opinion. That's just not how you introduce a new event into a big time celebration. So for that, I definitely think that is definitely an L for the celebration. But overall, the event is fun. I'm not gonna take that away from it. So next thing we have here is a new stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history where we go up against representatives of Universe 7 members, which makes sense given the theme of the anniversary, right? The special missions for this one this time around are just need 3 characters from each of the 2 new categories introduced into Dokkan with the brand new LRs. So Goku's category, Miraculous Awakening, and then Vegeta's category, Power of Revival. I'm not sure if there's a time limit this time around. There might be. I'm not exactly aware of it, but I don't presume this Infinite Dragon Ball history should be too hard. You probably could just use like a representative of Universe 7 team and destroy it. But again, more free Dragon Stones to be had, so definitely take advantage of that. All right, next we have this co-op campaign event here against Aniraza. This is basically just like the joint celebration missions that we had, like the rebrand thing here. I'll just show it right here. So we go to missions here. Basically, it's just this little, if it loads, there we go. It's this tab here down here at the bottom where we completed all these missions just by playing the game. And then this sort of thing here where they kind of put you in groups locally, and then you compete, and based on your placing you can get different rewards. So I believe that's what the Aniraza co-op campaign little mission thing there, so definitely don't forget about that. Again, make sure you guys are grinding out everything that the 6th anniversary has to offer, because again, just so much free stuff handed out left and right for free. So next thing we have here is the official announcement for the legendary top banner. We don't know who the 2 units are going to be this time around, but we have some pretty good ideas. I think it's set in stone. It's safe to say that LR MVP 17 is going to be one of the units for free. It has to be. Where there's smoke, there's fire, and the fact that he hasn't had any representation on any of the Part 1 cards, outside of like the login wallpaper, right, leads me to believe that he's going to be one of the big time units for this top legendary summon banner. So who might be the second unit, we have no idea. We should find out in about 3 or 4 days or so. So if you guys have stones and you guys have already done your summons for the 2 new LRs, Goku and Vegeta, I guess you can go in on this banner. I never recommend these banners ever, but I guess again, if you're already done with your summons and you want to go in on this banner, feel free to. But I would prioritize the 2 new LR banners first, and then based on there you can make your decisions. But I do expect the 2 new LRs to be very good, right? All right, and then we have a continuation of the stone sales here from Part 1, which is nice. When does that leave, by the way? March 3rd. Okay, so I believe the anniversary goes to like March 4th or 5th, somewhere around that time. So that's quite a ways away still. So definitely, if you are a paying player and you don't mind, putting money into the game, definitely pick up all of the sales if you can. If you're free to play, obviously this doesn't apply to you, so don't worry about that. And then we have the Elder Kai banner returning, another set here, which is fine. Again, I never recommend summoning on Elder Kai banners. However, these 2 new LRs that are coming probably might not have farmable super attacks. So if you're low on Elder Kais, definitely summoning on this banner isn't the worst idea. But understand that they do pretty much give out a lot of Elder Kais during these big time celebrations. Although I will say that for this anniversary, they haven't really given us that many for free. So that is a little disappointing. I kind of want to see us get more Kais and various rewards like meat items. We have gotten some, but not enough in my opinion. So hopefully they'll amend that for this part 2, but we'll see. And the next thing we have here is the part 2 movie here, which should play once you close out your app and log back in. You will get this movie, and then you can also watch it on YouTube. But again, why would you do that when you can just open up your game for free, right? So, and then next thing we have here, I believe it's just all of Part 1 celebration continuation stuff. So yeah, let me just scroll through this here, double check. Yeah, nothing's new here. All right. So that basically wraps up the celebration info for Part 2 of the 6th-year anniversary. Lots of things to do. Make sure you guys are getting it all done, grinding the game, having fun with it, because I definitely think this celebration is in the right track to be the best one in Dokkan history. For free, the celebration is easily, hands down, already better than the 50th anniversary. Um, it's even, I would probably say, better than the 40th anniversary. Again, it's really gonna it's just gonna decide on what part 3 looks like, right, and how they go about handling it. But again, I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to make conclusions too soon. We'll have to see, until the celebration is completely over, how we should properly rank and um, assess the celebration overall as a whole. But for now, I am really digging how it's going. Part 2 looks to be very intriguing, and part 1, I would say it was 2 thumbs up for sure. So I think everyone is very excited, ecstatic, pleased with how the celebration is going overall. I don't really have any negatives outside of like the God of Destruction event and the limitations that they put on it. I think that's really my only negative with this entire celebration. So we'll have to see what it ends up looking like in the end. But for now, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, your boys clocking out. Shadow X. See you guys in the next one.